Hello everyone, this is lesson number 70, Go with the Current. That's a visual example. Flow with the current. Do things the way they should be done. Do things the easiest way. Don't fight against nature. Go with the flow of current. Now, it doesn't mean go with the popular, because there is that saying, water takes the easiest path and winds up at the bottom. But what I mean by that is go do things naturally are the easiest way. If you're working a piece of wood and there's a knot hole there, don't try to work into the knot hole. Go with the grain. If you're splitting wood, split with the grain. There is a natural, better way, a natural, more efficient way to do things. I have seen, don't put the windows on the north side of the house if you want them on the south side of the house to get sun. Look, I've seen houses here in Hawaii designed so poorly. Hawaii has wonderful temperatures, great wind currents, and if you could very easily design a house with passive heating and cooling that would be cool and warm and just the way you'd want it. I've seen people with no concern put them crossways to the way the air flows. I guess they just wanted to bottle them up and use air conditioning. But there are ways to do things that are intelligent ways. Go with the current. I love the image of paddling your canoe with the current rather than paddling your canoe against the current, or paddling your boat against the current, or working your wood with a knot hole in it. Just pick out a different piece of wood. Go with the current. There are some intelligent ways to do things. And the examples of this are just unbelievable. My son now, he's a very talented wrestler, but my goodness, he will, if there's a real strong kid or he's going up in weight and an older, he'll try to muscle a strong guy. If there's a quick guy, he'll try to outspeed him. If there's a good technician, he'll try to out-technique him. He never seems to go with his advantage, his natural advantage. He almost always seems to go with the other person's strength. And I don't mind it now because he's young and he's figuring out his way to do things. But go with the current. Go with the way things are. Set up your house, your office, your things the way they should be. Don't pick a friend who's never on time and expect them to be on time. That isn't going to happen. I had a good buddy of mine, really good friend of mine. He couldn't show up on time to anything. And I really wanted him at my wedding as one of the groomsmen, but I couldn't count on him. He was absolutely, I would always worry, is he going to be there? And he would miss everything on time. He couldn't do anything on time. So I didn't have him there because I just couldn't fight the current. Recognize where people are and go with the current. You want to make sure things are flowing the way they are. There's entire big books on the principle of work smarter, not harder. Don't open up the business on the end of the alley where there's no traffic. Open up your business 5 doors down on Main Street. Go with the current and start to look at that. I love to canoe and paddle and kayak and do those things. And you look at sailing boats and going with the wind and using that stuff to go in the direction and having things work for you rather than against you. And I haven't given a lot of specifics on that, but just kind of be aware on parts of your life when you're going against the current, maybe needlessly, or you're going with the current. And think about that. Go with the current. If you're spending some time lifting weights and you need to deadlift and squat to get really strong, that's no one would consider that going with the current, but those are doing effective things to help you with things you need. If you're working in an incorrect way or against the current, or you're trying to do something that isn't going to work, it's not going to pan out. So go with the current. Lesson 60 or 70. Lesson 70, go with the current. I guess I could have any number. Any questions? This is maybe the most ambivalent one I've made. Nope. All right. Anybody have any questions? Let me know. Thanks.